I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for you. Let me lay a great time on you. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now, put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark perfume, go.
I recognize your fragrance, hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit, and I know your taste is a little bit, high maintenance, everybody else basic, you live life on an everyday basis, with poetic justice, if I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs, dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy, there's blood in my pen, better yet with your friends and them, I really wanna know you off, I really wanna show you off. Fuck God, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and your girl in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good, came home is sorry. They say conversation rule a nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it.
Yo, welcome to the SC Experience, aka your boy Eric, man, and we are back. We're back, and officially back. The season's here. You feel me? There's been a long time since I've been on this platform. God damn, it's been like a month, a month and a half. I'm not sure. I am not sure how long it's been. It's been like a month. I would say a good month. I appreciate everybody that's been hitting up behind the scenes and stuff like that, man. And I appreciate all the support still. I'm back. I took a little bit of, a little bit off time. You feel me? And just, I've been doing that a lot. I'll say I'm back, and then I go on vacation and all this stuff. But I'm for sure back now, man. There's a season right ahead of us, right around the corner. Practically already started, but for us, it starts this Saturday. pretty much, and you could consider it already started because of the the training camp. But we're gonna talk about the training camp today. You feel me? We're gonna talk about everything that's happened with the Raiders in the past few weeks, especially when I've been out. I'm gonna give you all my thoughts on every little thing that has happened with the Raiders so far. Um, and of course, we're back on the grind. We're back on the grind, and I actually mean it this time. Like I said, the season's here. There's no more this vacation this and vacation that and blah blah blah. So we here. SC making content again. It April 1st already. Yo, let me give a shout out to everybody that's so far in here, man. Shout out to All Eyes on G. What's good? Salute, salute, salute. Arkham Raider, welcome back, Eric. Stack 'em up. I appreciate you for being here, man. Hopefully, everybody is having a blessed day and has had a blessed month in general and a blessed summer so far. Shout out to Dirty Eric in the building. What's good, man? Robert Pena in the building. Muslim Blue Raider, what's good? What's good? What's good? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Shout out to Raider Resistance. I'm still in the lab for sure, for sure. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let me see. Let me see who else I'm missing. Shout out to Dark. Dark, I need to make you a mod. I need to take out some mods and then put some mods in. I gotta do that off the air, but I got you, man. I got you. Shout out to Dark Man in the building. Shout out to El Capitan Rafael, the birthday boy, man. Shout out to you, Rafael. Happy birthday, brother. Hope all is well. Anthony Estrada in the building. Salute, salute. Hope all is well. I'm here so I don't get fined. That's my line, man. Shout out to All Eyes on G in the building. Anthony Provincials in the building as well. Shout out to Anthony in the building. Let me see. Let me see. Shout out to T Swizzy. I got you, T Swizzy. What's good? Salute, T Swizzy. Let me just get to the groove of things, man, and I got you. I'm gonna come up with a lot of things. I gotta get back into the groove of things. You feel me? As far as the YouTube scene goes, I'm just coming back off of a month break, so just give me some time, man. I got you though. Desert Raider. Shout out to Desert Raider in the building as well. And no, it's not April. We in here though. Shout out to Circus Raider in the building, man. Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. It means a month later. Shout out to Terrence, man. Good to see you. I know I'm here. I'm back for sure, for sure. We back. The season's here. There's no more vacation. This promising something and not doing it. We on the grind. The Raider season's here, man. There's no days. Well, technically, I'm not gonna go live every day, but 3 times a week. That's the plan. Um, of course, I'll be back live again tomorrow or Friday to talk about the joint practice and the preview for Saturday's game, and then a post game show on Saturday. Of course, we're gonna do that as well. SC lying through his teeth. He already planning his Cancun trip for the first 5 weeks of the season. Nah, man, nah. The grind is here, man. The grind is here, man. We here, we here, we here. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I got you, T Swizzy. Like I said, let me get back to the groove of things, man, and then I got you. And yeah, 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 yeah. In 6 months, he means in six. Come on, man. Nah, hell no, hell no, hell no. Is this live or Memorex? Nah, it's live, man. I think you meant it's on Saturday, no? People have been going back and forth on what day it is. Oh, it is Sunday. It is Sunday. Okay, on Sunday. My bad. I don't know why people are saying Saturday. It's all messed up. Anyways, Sunday post game. Sunday post game. Right after the game, because the game starts at 1 p.m. my time. So that gives me time to do it in the afternoon. I know other people are gonna go live as well. So I'm gonna try to mix and match and see where I could fill in. You feel me? You know. But I will do a post game on Sunday. Post game, post game, post game. Talk about a little bit of things. And if I don't do it on that Sunday because there's so many shows going on, Monday for sure. And it'll be like a Monday mailbag type thing. But regardless, I'm gonna go live for the post game. But shout out to everybody that's in here, man. There's a lot to talk about. Shout out to Jack Kenna just joining us. Shout out to Jack Kenna in the building. Shout out to Snoop Hernandez as well, man. Salute to you guys, man. Just glad you're back, man. I appreciate you guys, the love and support that you guys are still here, man. And little by little, we'll get back where we were. I gotta get back in the groove of things. So if I'm a little rusty, I'm sorry. I've been working on some things, you feel me, and hopefully make the best content, man. Come back to the road to 2000, and just to give you an update on what's going on in life, man. I'm about to start school again. You feel me? There's been a little bit of personal things. Some people already have an idea as far as personal things go. But At the end, they're all good things though. They're not bad things. There's no bad things at all. It's all good things. It's all good things, and it's only up from here, man. And if you guys haven't yet, go check out the Instagram. You see Nightball right there, already putting in the work with the Instagram, man. And let me actually do this real quick before I forget. Let me mod dark real quick. Give me a second. This thing is all tripping and stuff. Give me a second. I could do it through the chat, right? That's still a thing on YouTube. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Bear with me, y'all. But we're gonna get into the training camp and stuff. And let me actually put it on screen while I do this. You feel me? Hopefully you guys could see that. You feel me? Hopefully you guys could see that right there ahead of you. Trying to make a visual as well. Let me see. Yeah, I'll do it after this. It's all getting better. Yeah, do it through YouTube. I'll do it after. Take your time. We're always happy to see you go live. We're among friends here, so just kick back and relax. Hey, I appreciate you, Dark, and I appreciate everybody that's hopping in here. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. Uh, Come on, there. uh, but yeah, we here, man, and hopefully more people join us as the live goes on. And I'm gonna have a little bit more structure to show you guys what's coming up next, right? You guys already know I love doing slides. I love giving a visual as well as verbal. And I'm gonna do a little bit of how do I say it? A little bit of structure when it comes to collabing with people. I took a little bit of a break of not collabing with people and kind of keep it to myself. Even a month ago when I was doing them 3 lives, I still kept it to myself. But now I'm gonna start, having a certain person or somebody just come in, us two just talk back and forth some Raider football. You feel me? That's gonna be something that's gonna have more structure to it. Um, but besides that, sometimes I'll have a lot of people on there, right? What are the other commands? The other commands are exclamation mark Discord, I believe, and the other one, I'm not sure of the other one, honestly. I forgot what's the other one, but I know one's exclamation mark Discord, and the other one should be exclamation mark membership, exclamation mark membership, and exclamation mark um, Discord. Those are the two right now. So exclamation mark Discord, exclamation mark um I already forgot it. Look at me. Look at me. I'm already forgetting things, you feel me? I'm so rusty to this. It feels so weird. Exclamation mark membership, exclamation mark Discord. Those are the two right now. I need to make more though. There you go. You see it right there. SCY might know you got your thing. You should be. Your name is still on there. Let me see. Um your name is still there. I don't know why. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna do it after. I don't know why it got off, but I need to take off some people either way because it's like I don't want too many mods. I don't want the whole chat filled with blue wrenches. You feel me? And it's nothing against anybody. You feel me? I just there's no need for 30. And I'm gonna make other commands as we go. You feel me? There's gonna be different commands. Still trying to see what's going on. Hashtag exclamation mark. Go back to school. I booster see. That's funny. Shades. We're gonna see. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see. Um. Oh, that ain't a absence. Come on. Damn. Is he taking away wrenches on vacation? No, 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 no. But I'm gonna take some wrenches out. You feel me? Some people are gonna stay. Some people are not. There's just too many wrenches. I feel. There's too many wrenches. But a lot of people in the chat right now that are in there are gonna keep theirs. Either way, it's nothing against anybody. Like I said, there's just too many. I have like 30. When I tell you I have like 30 mods, I have like 30 mods, and that's freaking crazy. That is crazy. But moving on, you feel me? News, keeping it more structured. Um, I need to hit up some people. It's kind of last minute, but I need to hit up some people. Somebody could come last minute on Friday. I think I'm gonna do a live Friday to talk about the preview of Sunday's game and then the joint practices, of course. Um, and like overall, I don't know what other shows I'm gonna implement. There's of course gonna be post game shows, pre game shows, mid-week update, stuff like that. I just gotta see how I'm gonna go about things. Uh, so 30 mods for 30 days missed. God damn. But we're gonna get straight into it, right? We're gonna talk about the training camp. You feel me? The training camp. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to do, and if you guys can't hit that like button, it also helps the algorithm go. Um, Shout out to Seahawks Eddie. What's good? What's good, Seahawks Eddie? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. What up? What up, man? Hope all is well. Like I said. Um, but of course, moving on here. You feel me? We're gonna talk about Marcus Peters, which was the number one thing that's going on here. Marcus Peters, an important addition to the Raiders in general. Um, of course, I think it was a major need completed. I think it was a major need that we needed, right? And as you can see here, I wrote down a little bit of a message as far as the statistics go, right? The Raiders were coming off a season during which they had just 6 interceptions, which was ranked bottom of the league, and 10 caused fumbles, which tied for 27th place. They also were on the bottom half of terms scored allowed. Because of this, which is why forcing turnovers has been a major focus and a huge reason why they brought in somebody like Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters, I believe, has not had a season without interception. He's got an interception every single year. So even I know some people have something with his age and his age is too much and all these different things. Um, there's a there Oh, what the hell, Eric? What the hell is that, Eric? Welcome back. Shout out to Key in the Big. I appreciate that. We back. We back. Uh, so when you think of Marcus Peters, right? You think of a guy that could create turnovers, a guy that brings knowledge to the game, a guy that wanted to be a Raider. You feel me? And besides that, of course, he's on the older side. He brings that older knowledge, but also overall, like I said, the thing is can he stay healthy? Shout out to North Cal Raider Jesse in the building. It's good, North Cal. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Um, so I think when people come up to me saying like, "Hey, Marcus Peters is too old" and stuff like that, it's true. He's a little bit on, like I said, on the older side, but he brings a major need to us. A guy that could create turnovers, and he hasn't had a season without a turnover, if I'm not mistaken. So, and he brings the knowledge, so I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it overall. He's gone against the top of the top receivers, and I think he might be a starter. Believe it or not, we called Casey Hayward old, and he ended up being one of our best corners. So give Marcus Peters a chance, man. I think overall, I think he will start day one. You might see him go after Keenan Allen, go after people like that in those realms, Juju Smith and stuff like that. And we could keep going. The Maybe the Jalen Waddles, the Tyreek. Like, there's so many people. So we go see what he could do, right? As long as he stays healthy, I'm fine with it. And we'll talk about the corners a little bit later. You feel me? So as you see, the corners exactly. And shout out to Jesse Cardenas in the building. It was good. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Um, so the question that was brought to the attention of Josh McDaniels, they asked him the question, right? They asked him pretty much how has the cornerback room competition really increased with a lot of new faces. As you guys know, we brought in people like Marcus Epps, um, but that's more of the secondary. As far as the cornerback room, we drafted people like Jacorian Bennett, right? We brought in people like Marcus Peters that we just talked about, Duke Shelley, right? There's a lot of new faces in that cornerback room. He ended up saying this, right? Same thing, very similar. Maybe a little bit more changeover than the receiver room. But again, I think there's depth of competition. There's now so different faces than they were last year, and again, different levels of that. JB is obviously in this year, and again, different levels of that. JB is obviously in his first camp. Marcus Peters has got, which JB, Ja'Cory Bennett. Marcus Peters has got a lot of more experience and wisdom in certain areas, certainly. And then we have a lot of guys in between that, the Faisons of the world and the Duke Shelleys and the David Long Juniors. So you're practically saying all the different new faces, talking about how they all bring something different to the table, right? As far as Ja'Cory Bennett, he brings in that young mentality, that versatility, that great ability. And I will talk about him a little bit later on how good he's been doing the training camp. And then you got Marcus Peters that I talked about a little bit of the older side, the older knowledge. And you see it right there. Even Josh McDaniels, the wisdom in certain areas. And then you have the guys that's like in between young and in between knowledge, right? You got the face on, you got the Duke Shelleys, you got the David Locke Juniors, right? And then you got Amik Robertson that he didn't bring up, but Amik Robertson also, right? Um, but shout out to everybody in here. And Raphael says Peters cornerback one and Bennett as cornerback two. Okay, okay, you think them two on the outside? What do you guys think? Here's a question to you guys: what would you predict day one, week one, Raiders? What does the starting cornerbacks look like? From everywhere from slot to the two outside corners. What does a starting lineup to you? What is the best starting corners for you? Would you prefer for the Raiders? That's my question to you guys. So far, Rafael has said Peters number one and Bennett number two. That's an interesting one, and I'm guessing. What about the slot, Rafael? You think Nate Hobbs or you think Amik Robertson? Obviously, for me, Nate Hobbs. I think Peters on number one. And I think it's between Bennett and Shelley for me, man. I've been a fan of Duke Shelley, actually. Um, I liked him in the Vikings. He brings a pretty good resume for the time he had there, right? When Patrick Peterson was gone, he kind of took over. You feel me? So that's somebody to look at overall, right? I like Duke Shelley a lot. I don't know about you guys, but he hasn't had the best of camps compared to somebody like Jacorian Bennett, right? Jack Kenna says Peters, Bennett, and Hobbs in the slot. Okay, okay. Peters, Meatloaf, J.K. Hobbs, and Bennett. Okay. Terrence says slot, Hobbs, Peters, Bennett, then Duke. The Duke. Okay, okay. Wouldn't be mad at Bennett and Peters and Hobbs at the slot. Bennett sharing reps. Hey, I think there will be a little bit. There might be a rotation between Bennett and Shelley. I don't know if it's because Eric hasn't been on for so long, but he looks a little bit older and taller now. Yo, I grown a little and over the over summer. You feel me? But I like the answers. I like the answers. But make sure to hit them like button. Shout out to the 30 people in here, man. It means a lot that I'm coming back off of a month and there's already that much. I appreciate you guys. And at the end of the day, man, you know, you guys make the channel, not me, right? Um, that's the depth chart right now. Yeah, we'll look at the depth chart a little bit later. I have the depth chart up, I think. I'm pretty sure. So he's in the eighth grade now. Shout out to We the People in the building. Let's go, We the People. So moving on here, right? Obviously, we're gonna go with Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo has made a major jump. Has made a major jump ahead. Everybody thought that he might not be there until towards the end of training camp or maybe week one, but he ended up being there, right? He ended up being there in general, and he's ready to go, right? And we'll talk about Jimmy Garoppolo, how it's been a little shaky of training camp, but nothing to worry about, right? So they asked, Josh McDaniels, right? And he said, no, there aren't any restrictions. He also said, we'll do what we always do with players that are coming off a type of rehabilitation. So we'll just do it the right way. So it might not be 100% of the repetitions, but the first day, etc. But we would never do that with anybody. So there's a number of players, obviously, that had things in spring, and we're making sure that we're just smart in how we reintegrate them into the totally of practice, the totality of practice. So practically saying that they're gonna try to do the same thing they do with everybody else, as far as getting these guys back to rehab, getting these guys back from injury. People like him, Neil Farrell, that we'll talk a little bit later, that he came back today during practice, which is good to see him out there. We need all the depth we can. Eric Flunk on purpose just to procrastinate graduation from middle school. Jimmy G taking us to the AFC Championship game. Hey, hey, I would love that. I would love that. Shaky, but it's training camp. I'd rather have throwing picks in camp than actual season. That's a fact, sir, because that's exactly what I was gonna say later, man. And we'll get to that, right? So now going in a little bit day by day, how the training camp went, what was standouts, right? And I have a little bit of notes as far as each training camp, what I seen on video, what I've seen from Raider reporters that were there, people that were there, um, physically. So day one, obviously Luke Masterson, that you could see pretty well. Luke Masterson has had a pretty decent training camp. You'll see throughout. Amik Robertson again putting full effort, full effort. Remember, stay hydrated. Then you got Max Crosby, that we know Max Crosby doing Max Crosby things. Keelan Cole actually had a pretty decent first couple of days, um, kick returning, catching some slant routes and stuff like that. Um, Sam Webb, of course, another guy that I wouldn't throw out of the mix with Sam Webb, man. He's been one of my favorites from last year, man. A guy that's very young, bringing up the energy, and you need these young guys, right? Jacorian Bennett, Sam Webb, right? These young guys, even Amik still young, right? And then you got a little bit of the middle, Duke Shelley, right? And you got the little older and Marcus Peters. Um, and I appreciate that, Terrence. Your presentation came along well. Yeah, man. I always try to bring verbally and um, physically as well, man. I appreciate you. Amari Burney going to cover Travis Kelsey as a rookie. Let's go. And we'll talk about Amari Burney because he's been an interesting sight to see in training camp, actually. Shout out to Sebastian Gonzalez, and hopefully I did not miss anybody. If I missed you, please say hi again. I appreciate you guys for being here. Like I said, blessings to you guys and your families. And hopefully everybody's healthy and well. And if they're not, praying for you guys, man, and praying for whoever needs it. Marcus Epps going to get his back on Travis Kelsey. Let's go. And we'll also talk about them safety duels because the communication is off the charts right now. What I'm seeing on film and also from training camp, the amount of videos that are out there and what they're saying as far as the reporters go and what are the coaches saying as well. Merritt is second on the depth chart. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Let's go Raiders. We coming for the Niners. Hell yeah. We'll talk about Michael Mayer soon, Sebastian Gonzalez. I got you, man. I'm just going day by day from day 1 to like day 10, right? Um, so after day 1, right? This was Adam's take on Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Um, and as you could see there's a video from training camp itself, them connecting right there. It's a little out route. It's nothing too fancy, but look at them connecting. This is what Devontae Adams had to say about Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a great guy, easy to talk to, super coachable from the coaches to him, and listening to my feedback and the way that I view the game too. Today was very productive. A lot of conversation out there, and we just got to stay on that and continue with it to get to where we want to be. Obviously, come week 1, as you can see, Jimmy Garoppolo is listening to Devontae Adams' input, and Devontae Adams listening to Jimmy Garoppolo, and they're both bouncing back to each other. And that's what I like to see: a quarterback and a receiver getting that connection down, getting that communication down, and you hear it from the horse's mouth himself. Adam said it right there. From listening to my feedback and the way that I view the game too. And we all seen Adam's video of last year, how he talked about how he runs 3 different routes, that he has his own view of games, right? And shout out to Space Beast, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, man. It means a lot to me. Um, First time here. I'm shadowing Jack Kennedy today. It's all good, man. I appreciate you, Space Beast, man. Welcome. Hopefully you enjoy what you are seeing and stuff like that, man. And I appreciate that 199, man. It means a lot to me, and appreciate you guys in general. Let me see. So now moving on here, you feel me? You see the communication down day 2. So this is day 2 without pads, right? This is day 2. Um, Devon Diablo has had a pretty well. The linebackers have been an interesting thing, and you'll see throughout the standouts each and every week, each and every day, you'll see that the linebacking core in the secondary has been playing pretty damn well. Then you got Amik Robertson back-to-back days having a hell of their Sam Webb. Hunter Renfro out there looking like the Hunter Renfro from about 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And I'm not gonna say too much. We have to see him on the field as far as against another team. But so far, he's been looking pretty good at training camp. And from the videos I could see and what people are talking about, he's looking pretty damn good and healthy out there. And I think there was a little bit of I think it was an interview. I'm not sure if it was an interview or if it was press conference, but they were talking to Hunter Renfro, and he was saying that he wants to be out there and that he wants to. He feels like he's got weight on his shoulders because he didn't prove himself last year, and he looks like he disappointed his team. So he wants to come out this year and come out and perform, which I like to see, right? Then you got Aiden O'Connell looking pretty good in camp, and I can't wait to see him. He's one of those guys that you're gonna see when I go live on Friday to talk about the joint practice and to talk about what's gonna happen between him and the Niners. He's been looking pretty good in training camp. which I like to see because he's the backup. God forbid anything happens to Jimmy Garoppolo. We got Aiden O'Connell, man. He's looking pretty good. And then you got Amir Abdullah. I heard he was catching off the backfield. He was getting kick returns as well. And overall, he's been having a pretty well camp last year, and a lot of running backs were having a hell of a camp, right? Then you go to day three, right? Day three, you got Michael Mayer out there performing, we'll get to Michael Mayer soon. There was talks of Max Crosby giving him a welcome to the NFL, and he's already missed 2 days recently, and we'll talk about that later too. And then you got Austin Hooper right out there performing for the tight ends as well. Jacorian Bennett, this is where you start seeing talks of Jacorian Bennett at day three of the training camp. Um, Very versatile guy, great abilities, right? Overall, a good young guy that we drafted, right? Like I said, he brings a lot of things. He was a great cover defender. He can handle many coverages. He could multiple coverages actually. Um, he's got all the attributes as an NFL corner, so it's great to see him develop in that way. It's great to see him out there performing, right? And shout out to Victory, man. Shout out to Victory, my brother Victory, man. Shout out to you, brother. Hope all is well. Good to see you in here, man. Shout out to my boy Raider Twan in the building as well. Shout out to you guys, man, and hope all is well with you guys. Um, Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. Uh, Nightball is no longer on timeout. Watch out, y'all. Stay hydrated, y'all. But moving on here. Oh, and Devontae Adams doing Devontae Adams things. Cam Sims has been a little bit him, and you'll see him and Trey Tucker have been two speedsters that we had that has had pretty decent training camp. You'll see Cam Sims out there getting a couple catches that day. Um, so then we talk about the cornerback room, and how do I say it? In general, how do I say it? Increased new faces, right? They talked about it again, and you'll see that the cornerback room has been great, and I think it's a similar quote to it, so I'm not going to skip to it, right? Shout out to Jack Hanna for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate you for that. Space, thank you for good conversations today. Nice to meet you, man. I appreciate both of you and Space, man. Both of you guys showing support. I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all don't understand, man. So I appreciate you guys. Shout out to We the People. I'm not sure if I shouted you out. Cool Kev in the building as well. Shout out to Cool Kev. Now we're gonna go to day four. And day four, there was three people mainly. Hunter Renfro, right? Hunter Renfro. Jimmy Garoppolo looked good on 11 on 11s and 7 on 7s. And Jacoby Myers, which, guys, I seen an article, I'm not sure where it was from, that the NFL had them as the top 5 trio. It's interesting. Do you guys think, here's a question to you guys, and put your, a bunch of us are Raider fans and stuff like that, man. And Vic 3, if you're still in here, man, as an Eagles fan, let me know if you agree or not with this. There was an article out there, and there was an actual from NFL saying that Hunter Renfro, Devontae Adams, and Jacoby Myers was a top 5 trio in the NFL right now. Would you guys agree or would you guys disagree? Trio, guys, trio. Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfro, and Devontae Adams. Just them 3 receivers. You guys agree? Disagree? I think it all depends on how Hunter Renfro comes back, and he's looking pretty good. He's looking like his old self. And Jacoby Myers, if you guys don't know who Jacoby Myers is, he's got hands himself too, man. It can run routes pretty well. Undrafted rookie, going to the Patriots and then coming over here to the Raiders, kind of fit in with Josh McDaniel's system. How do you guys feel about it, man? You guys think he's true? They're top 5 in the league, or you think there's a lot of potential? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me see. Shout out to SBT Vasquez in the building, man. Good to see you as well. Shout out to K-Hop. They are definitely top 3. Okay. And I believe you're a Broncos fan, right, K-Hop? If I'm not mistaken. On paper, yes, but needs to see on the field. That's a fact. Huge potential. They were coming after Renfro on Twitter. Today? That would be a ridiculous wide receiver room. If Hunter Renfro could stay on the field this year, I would agree. Okay. I like Sims taking Phillips. And remember, Dorsett is on the squad too, right? Dorsett, Philip Dorsett. Um, but Dorsett is going to make it hard. Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So moving on here, day 5, right? Michael Mayer again. Trey Tucker. This is where you start seeing names about Trey Tucker, and I was seeing a little bit of clips. Trey Tucker's looking pretty good. Um, he's looking pretty damn good to me. Um, if you guys don't know who Trey Tucker is, of course, a speedster, rookie as well. Um, Picked in the 3rd round from the Raiders last year. I mean, this year, my bad. And it's somebody to look at as an upcoming rookie out there that could make a little bit of a dark horse push. Um, Not saying he will, but he has a lot of potential. Speedster, can run routes, has hands. All you need is a receiver, right? And they have all confidence in him, right? Um, Hit that like button for the young goat. I appreciate that, SBT Vasquez, man. I appreciate you guys. Salute D Menace. Shout out to D Menace in the building as well. How does Eric take 2 months off? I just appreciate all y'all support, man. Try to bring the best content to you guys, man. Look at New England's wide receiver room. Get a general take. They suck. Our number 2 was former number 1. Jacoby, our wide receiver room is stacked. Eric, that was a long vacation. What did I miss? We're just talking about everything I missed as far as talking about. We're talking about all 10 days of training camp. We're going to talk about all the news that's been going on so far. So I'm going day by day to talk about my standouts, what I see every day, and see who has been on a consistent basis. Eric, I love blushing about some. Hell no, there's no buying over here, man. SC was in the Bahamas chilling. Eric, you watched the last Dodger game? Yeah, the Dodgers are looking pretty good, man. It's, hey, I love it, man. Interesting question, Victory. It's a question that I can't even answer, Victory. I can, Vic, honestly, I can't even answer it. I'm hoping, right? Just like any fan base would hope that their players stay healthy, right? For me, Jimmy G is somebody that if he stays healthy, we could be a really good offense. And Jimmy G is somebody that knows how to read a defense, and I give it to him a lot. A lot of his, I guess you could say, his time at the Patriots and his time with the Niners were a lot of quick releases, right? You wouldn't see him really go deep, and he had them deep balls, right? He would go deep on Debo Samuel sometimes, and stuff like that. But overall, when you really look at Jimmy G's play, it's quick release, and that's what Josh McDaniels is about. Quick release, let yards after catch from the receiver. And if he stays healthy, it could look really good because if you look at Devontae Adams' highlights in the Packers, right, for instance, it's been a lot of him at the slot being lined up there, getting a lot of yards after catch, right? And even Hunter Renfro and Jacoby Myers, both guys that have hands, both guys that could run routes, both guys are in the slot, and that's all you need, right? Um, Two people that could easily get uh, separation quick, right? And that's what you need a quarterback to quick release, and that's Jimmy G, right? If he could stay healthy, our offense will be really good. If he doesn't stay healthy, then you could kind of say the season will not go the best, right? Um, like I said, hoping he could stay up. I hope so. He could stay up, but I can't totally answer that. Can he hold up this season, right? But I could say I hope he does, and I think he will, man. Positive vibes, glass half full instead of glass half empty. um, Shout out to OJ Raider in the building, man. Shout out to Omar in the building. We got to worry more O line, bro. Can they protect and progress the quarterback? That is a question, and we'll talk about the O line soon, right? We'll talk about the O line soon. If you guys haven't yet, hit that like button as well, man. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Now, moving on, of course, this was day 1 in pads, and there was a lot of hard hitting out there. Tyler Hall, I don't know why I put that in. I needed to miss. I kind of messed up on the little bit typo, but Sincere McCormick had a pretty good camp. Marcus Epps, which is a safety, Nathan Moody from the offensive line looked good. Isaiah Paul is somebody that I've been very right about. Has had a great training camp actually. I don't know if you guys looked at all the things that they were talking about Isaiah Paul when he was out there. Interception after interception, bulked up, looking good in the box. everything I've said in Isaiah Palomar has been coming true, right? I said put him in the box, use him as a strong safety, he'll be fine. You know, you put him as a too high free safety, he's not gonna look good, right? I never heard SC mention Palomar. Go look at the lives. But Isaiah Palomar has been somebody that I've been a little bit biased about because he came from USC, of course. Um, if you guys don't know, nephew of Troy Polamalu as well. But you know, he wants to make a name for himself, and he's been looking pretty good. Then you got Jimmy Garoppolo again. And this was the day that everybody was hard hitting. Michael Mayer was getting a welcome to the NFL, and stuff like that, right? Shout out to Joshua Young in the building. Give me a second. Let me turn on. It's hot as hell in here. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. There we go. There we go. Had to get a little bit air in here because it's pretty hot in here. You feel me? That the Cali heat. But moving on here, of course. Let me take this off the screen. Okay. We're gonna go with some Raider news that happened after the first day, right? Jimmy Garoppolo rebounding on Tuesday. He had a all right day the day before. He was throwing a little bit of picks, but that's okay, and we'll talk about it a little bit more down the line. With the strong day so far at Raiders camp, dropping some dimes. As you can see, Raiders need to take care of Josh Jacobs. Facts, Vic. I've been saying it, man. I just hope that Josh Jacobs comes back and looks good, right? He's skipping training camp right now, so it's a little scary, but hopefully he comes back full force, right? Now we're gonna go with the chemistry within Jimmy and the team, right? Jimmy Garoppolo, new face in the Raiders, right? In the silver and black. And the question that was given was back to Jimmy. What is the expectation or maybe the goal? Um, when you don't have to sort of account for days off and kind of bringing it back when you can just go. And Josh McDaniel pretty much said and everything to do with it. Don't we don't I think again, like I said, think we're just going to follow the plan that they have in place for them. Continue to build chemistry while he's out there, and he's been out there. Like I said, he was out there, and that's what he said. He kind of repeated the same thing over and over again, and I kind of had to reread it twice to really understand what he was talking about. And pretty much, Jimmy Garoppolo's doing everything to get back on his feet, which he has, right? Look, he's healthy and stuff like that. Um, and he's taking everything into consideration about his new teammates, right? A lot of new faces, Jacoby Myers and stuff like that, and Cam Sims and Philip Dorsett, and all. And, everybody's trying to get chemistry. And you seen it earlier with Devontae Adams. So it's a interesting offense. It's a top 10 worthy offense. Just can they stay healthy, right? Can they stay healthy? Can they stay healthy? Can they stay healthy? That's the biggest question. The biggest expectation for Jimmy this season is to stay healthy. That's a fact, Vic. The Raiders really got lucky by being able to renegotiate Jimmy G's contract because had they not been able to, he would have had you all on the hook. That's a fact, and that's what this organization is really smart about in Champ Kelly and Dave Ziegler. They're very, very, very smart when it comes to contract things, right? So now moving on, of course. So this was Vinny B. Kind of, and you would see it a lot with the tight ends, right? Perspective on the Raiders' decision to release OJ Howard. And they released OJ Howard, even though OJ Howard had a pretty decent training camp. Their decision was that Michael Mayer, Jesper Horsted, and Austin Hooper had all strong camps, so they had more faith in them. The decision to cut him now gives him a chance to hook on elsewhere and have a fair chance to make another team. And then Josh McDaniels' take on Josh Jacobs. And this is where we get the whole Josh Jacobs fiasco, of course. This was what Josh McDaniels had to say about Josh Jacobs and the whole scenario, right? I certainly do. And I've said it a million times this year. I love the player and the person, and I understand the process he's going through. We're going to work as hard as we can with the guys that we had here every day. And ultimately, when he's back, we're going to look forward to getting him back and integrated into the group. So, not many words. Shout out to Jack Kenna, man. I appreciate that, Jack, and I appreciate it, man. Like I said, I'm just glad to have SC back doing shows. Yep, we back, man. We back in full force. Ready for the season. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Guy hates to protect the seams, cause a QB assassin. But it still worries me that Jimmy has progressed in rehab as he should. Yeah, he was quicker than expected. Last four Niners starting quarterbacks have all been injured. No, that's a fact for them too. Let me see. Now moving on, another news. So the whole Brandon Faison thing, right? He was carted off that day, which was August 1st, which was I think day one, if I'm not mistaken. On the practice field today, appeared to be a leg injury. Apparently, news came out later on that week saying that Brandon Faison should be good. Not major as expected. They thought it was something major, but it was something minor. But overall, they're looking good, right? Shout out to Dark for the member for 1 month so far, man. Congrats on your new comeback, brother. I appreciate that, Dark. And if you guys haven't yet, exclamation mark membership. Um, I made it as cheap as possible for everybody to afford it. You don't have to. You just being here means a lot to me. But if you want to become a member, um, the link is when you put exclamation mark membership. That's all you need to do. Or you can click the join button next to the subscribe button. It'll take you there and then it'll show you how to. But I appreciate all the support of you guys just being here so far. Um, Let me see. I'm liking our DB room so far. We'll talk about that. I'm loving the secondary, and I've been saying it even before the training camp. Brandon will miss time, but he will be back soon. No facts. Another big question is: can Eric be consistent with being back? Ha ha ha. And I will. My voice text sucks. Apologies. What I meant to say, it still concerns me that he hasn't progressed as well as he should have with his rehab. Yeah, it's been a little bit of he's been quicker than usual, and then a little bit back. Um, Overall, he's been there at training camp, right out there throwing on 7-on-7s, 11-on-11 drills. He's been throwing interceptions, but also throwing touchdowns. And I like that, and people might be like, why do you like a quarterback to throw interceptions in practices? I'm a guy that likes uh, I think in life in general, right, and especially football, mistakes are gonna happen. They're going to happen, and it's like, how do you bounce back from it, and how do you learn from it, right? And I'd rather a quarterback, especially our quarterback, to throw interceptions in the training camp, fix it, maybe have some time in preseason, maybe throw a pick or here and there, touchdown in preseason, get that fixed, and then when the season starts, you got that fixed, and you don't have to worry about it. And I would rather have that than a quarterback every single day in training camp. Oh my god, he scored 10 touchdowns. Oh my god, 5 touchdowns, and they go into the season and start throwing picks, right? I think mistakes are good, and I think mistakes you learn from them. I think Jimmy Garoppolo could learn from them, throwing them in the training camp. JJ, do you want 10 mil tax free? Because we're not going to reset the tag. We'll see what happens with him, right? I think with the whole Josh Jacobs thing, I think it's more of respect. He doesn't feel respected, and it's understandable. A guy that was a major part of the last two seasons, and even from the start, right? In the 20 in making it to the playoffs, um, a couple years back, Josh Jacobs was a major reason for that second half turnaround. And then coming into last season, he was mostly the reason why we won a couple games, right? Everybody remembers the significant Seattle Seahawks game overtime, and he did what he did, right? Was the number one back in rushing and everything in general, was arguably the number one back last year. So he proved it, right? And he proved it the year before as well. Um, and overall, I think it was more respect for him because he talked about that it wasn't about the money, and it's understandable, right? I think he shouldn't be saying too much on Twitter, but at the end of the day, it's a free country. You can say whatever you want. But at the same time, I don't blame him. I would want respect too, and if I'm not getting it, and if I'm not getting shown it, then it is what it is, right? But I just hope that he makes the right decision, and Josh Jacobs should know that we love him over here in the silver and black, and hopefully he could come out and perform, and overall, hopefully, be there week one, because he would look really good in this offense, man. That looks really good on paper, right? DB room has depth, which we lacked last season. That's a fact. And there's a link to become a member, man. Shout out to Charm City in the building, man. If you guys can, like I said, hit that like button. It would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. If you guys can hit that like button. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. We're at 32. I see 40 people. Let's try to get 40 likes, y'all. Let's try to get a 40 likes, man. I greatly appreciate you guys just being here, though, and interacting and stuff. Shout out to Charm City, though. Iron sharpens iron. We get better. Throw interceptions, fix to get better. It's a fact. I think mistakes are understandable and should happen. Shout out to Raider Gabe in the building. Shout out to Gabe, man. Shout out to you. Hope all is well, man. SE, you must love what Dak Prescott is doing, then. What is he doing? Is he throwing a lot of picks, too? I mean, for him, hey Vic, you and I both know what Dak Prescott, man. We don't even gotta get into that conversation with Dak Prescott, bro. You and me both know when it comes to Dak Prescott what he is. uh, but I'm not gonna get into that conversation. You feel me? Shout out to James Purple in the building, man. Salute all. Work just stopped by. I appreciate you, James. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. He's been throwing nothing but picks. He does end the season too. McNuggets didn't expect Jacobs to ball out. That's a fact. But yeah, moving on here. You feel me? We got training camp day 2 in pads. Luke Masterson had a great training camp day 2 in pads. Jermaine Illuminor looked good. Marcus Epps looked good. Marcus Peters looked good. Got an interception, I believe. Jerry Tillery looked good. To complement Max Crosby, Jerry Tillery looks pretty good in the inside. And then Trey Tucker again, man. Trey Tucker out there performing. And I like that, man. And I think he'll make the 53-man roster, to be honest. Shout out to Dark, man. Rack him up. Stack him up. I appreciate that. Hit that like button, man. Let me see. Can review and remove chats and hide or put. Can manage block words and change chat modes in live and also have capability of standard. We'll do that. Dark, if you can, let me know if you got the wrench. Let me know. Marcus Peters was a great signing for you. Hell yeah, Vic. I talked about it a little bit earlier, Vic, before you joined. Marcus Peters is somebody that it was a need, man, and many people don't like to say it, but if I scroll back all the way right here, the Raiders were coming off a season during which they only had 6 interceptions, which was ranked bottom of the league. 10 caused fumbles, which was 27th, tied for 27th actually, and they were bottom half when it scores allowed because of this, which is why forcing turnovers has been a major focus and a huge reason in bringing in Marcus Peters. And Marcus Peters has gotten an interception every single year. And people could talk about his age and his health, but as long as he could stay healthy, that knowledge that he's bringing, that passion for the Raiders, and that turnover that he's that capable of causing turnovers is key for the Raiders, right? We go back to this right here. But yeah. So moving on here, Jalen Smith. Of course, if you guys don't know who Jalen Smith is, a linebacker, of course. I don't know if we signed him. Can somebody make sure of that? Um, Ex-Cowboy, right? He had over 5 seasons with them. On top of that, I think he had it pretty solid for him for the Cowboys. I think he played for the Packers, if I'm not mistaken, and the Giants. Not sure though, but I know for the Cowboys for sure, for sure. The Cowboys for sure, for sure. Um, but yeah, something to monitor, right? And as you can see here, he was for the Giants. Right there. 2019 Pro Bowler, 88 tackles, three tackle for losses, and 1 sack. Last season for the Giants, he would run out with DC Patrick Graham, which Patrick Graham, of course, our defensive coordinator, with whom he spent 1 season in New York. There, spent it with the Cowboys, spent it with the Packers, I believe. So he's got that little bit of connection to our defensive coordinator. But yeah, and then of course, After releasing OJ Howard, the Raiders signed veteran Jacob Hollister, which I'm all for. And then day three. Then we move on to day three. Zamir White catching out of the backfield, performing. Ja'Cory Bennett again. Jerry Tillery again. Cam Sims again. Isaiah Palomar and Trey Tucker again, man. A lot of similar faces that have had a good training camp even before this. And now again, all guys that are making a mark. For people like Jerry Tillery and Isaiah Palomar. Is Zamir White. D-Mess is another good mod to have. Is he a not mod here? Let me see. And that one there, if you know what it means. There we go. There we go. I made D-Menace a mod too. I did see that on the other thing. But I appreciate you guys, man. Every single mod that I got and stuff like that. And everybody just supporting, man. So Samir White has the potential to have some rotation. Ja'Cory Bennett has the potential to start. Right. Circus, you don't got your wrench, bro? What the hell? That's weird. That's weird. I don't know why you had on wrench. But yeah, that's about it. So Ja'Cory Bennett has the chance to start. Jerry Tillery has the chance to start. Isaiah Palomar as well. And then Trey Tucker, Cam Sims, and Zamir White all rotational piece. Did I never? What the hell? Yeah, I don't know why. But there you go. You got it. Uh, Looking like an off day for Jimmy Garoppolo. He had an off day and then bounces back the next day. Like I said, it's cool to make mistakes. Everybody's making a big deal. Oh my God, Jimmy Garoppolo. Guys, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good, man. Mistakes should happen for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's getting back into the groove of things. It's understandable. And I'd rather him make the mistakes now than later, right? Moving on here. Then you start to see some newer faces. Somebody that I really liked. And like, let me actually hold on. Let me actually give me 1 second now. I don't know why it did that. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Back to present. And back to there we go. So now Nesta Jade Severa. You start seeing his name. And that's somebody that I talked about when we picked him up. Of course, somebody that seventh round pick, somebody that brings a lot of versatility to the table. Um, of course, a dark horse pick for us, right? Um, so and then you got Amik Robertson again, Jacoby Myers, right? And then Marcus Peters again, another pick for him, by the way. And Ja'Cory Bennett again, some pass deflections. And Jimmy Garoppolo bounced back, like I said, bounced back from the day before. And then you start to see Philip Dorsett. A lot of the receivers out here performing. And then you got Byron Young that came back from being on the pup list and stuff like that. And then you start to see Amari Burney again, another linebacker on the thing, a young guy out of Florida that we chose this year. Then Marcus Peters again, pass deflection, interception. Jerry Tillery again causing havoc, and then Aiden O'Connell, right? Aiden O'Connell. Let me see.
What we're able to evaluate right now.
Before I play this clip, let me scroll back. This is the update on Wilson, and let me know if you guys could hear it. Hopefully, it's loud enough, and I'm gonna play it twice so you guys could hear it. You feel me? Let me know.
What we're able to evaluate right now is, he's on a rehab plan and program to continue to come back from the foot injury. So we've been able to evaluate just his approach, his professionalism, his maturity, how he is in the classroom, and we've been able to grow him in some of those areas too, as all rookies need to grow in those areas. So he's made a lot of progress in those different areas that don't come on the field, which I think has been a good thing for him. To be able to focus on that, and he's continuing to make progress. We'll be excited to see him when he's out there and see how he can impact the defense.
I'm gonna play one more for whoever didn't get to hear it again. This is the update on Tyree Wilson.
What we're able to evaluate right now is, he's on a rehab plan and program to continue to come back from the foot injury. So we've been able to evaluate just his approach, his professionalism, his maturity, how he is in the classroom, and we've been able to grow him in some of those areas too, as all rookies need to grow in those areas. So he's made a lot of progress in those different areas that don't come on the field, which I think has been a good thing for him, to be able to focus on that. And he's continuing to make progress. We'll be excited to see him when he's out there and see how he can impact the defense.
So as you can see here, they're taking precaution with him. Sadly, he's still going through that injury, right? It's something to be interested about. On top of that, moving forward, as far as that is that, some people say he might not even be ready week one, which that causes Chandler. Which you guys got to remember, Chandler Jones and Max Crosby are the starters. Uh, you feel me? How do I say this? As far as Chandler Jones goes, he wants to make a mark. He's kind of like Hunter Renfrew, right? He feels like he didn't do enough last year, so he wants to perform, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see how they utilize him again and see if he could really perform this time. And as long as that's good, I think we give Tyree Wilson time. It would suck that we would have to wait a long, long time for it, but we'll see, right? FYI, number one rule as a mod: please don't be in your feelings and time people out because you don't like what they say in the chat. Facts, man. All opinions are okay, as long as there's no racism, right? No racism is allowed. No slurs of some sort. You guys know what I'm talking about, and just that's it. Opinions are cool. Opinions are cool. Shout out to Rod Gas in the building too, man. Salute Eric all the way from Cancun, Mexico, man. Shout out to Rod Gas. I appreciate you being here, man. So moving on here. Let's talk about the depth chart, huh? The first unofficial depth chart. So you see Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Hunter Renfrow. Obviously, good trio. I don't matter. DeAndre Carter's behind them. Trey Tucker's behind Hunter Renfrow. Philip Dorsett after that. I have no problems. I don't know about you guys. I'm cool. The offensive line is interesting. Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, right? Understandable. And Dylan Parham's at the guard position, which I prefer him there. Then Andre James, obviously. Alex Bars. I'm cool with Alex Bars there. I don't think there's a better guard than Alex Bars out there. I know some people don't like Alex Bars, but he's the best option we got there, right? And then Jermaine Illuminor, which I'm a little rocky with Jermaine Illuminor, right? The thing is with Jermaine Illuminor, the only thing that costs Jermaine Illuminor anything is that he causes flags, right? He loves his name called, right? The flags. The flags are in crucial moments. Crucial moments. Scoring drives. Scoring positions. He costs that, right? So when it comes to Jermaine Illuminor, he's bad at that part, right? Then when it comes to his play on the field, he didn't really allow a sack too much, man. So as long as he cleans up them penalties, we will be fine there, right? That's better than goddamn Colton Miller. I'm not Colton Miller. What am I saying? Better than Brandon Parker. I doubt any of us would want Brandon Parker over Jermaine Illuminor because Brandon Parker, I don't know about you guys, I would probably throw my head through a window. Most likely seeing Brandon Parker out there. But there's been a lot of rotation between him and Jermaine Illuminor, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes week one and even the preseason, right? Now moving on here, let me see. Had to take precautions with him. You bring him along slowly to avoid further injury. Maybe sit him for the first 4 weeks, but most importantly, fill him to 110% first because those injuries linger. No, that's a fact, Gabe. And we got Chandler Jones there anyways. You feel me? So I'm cool. Take the time. Don't force him, right? Now moving on. Like I believe Terrence brought it up a little bit earlier. The tight end position. You got Michael Mayer at number 2 in this unofficial depth chart. And you have Austin Hooper at number 1, which Austin Hooper, of course, is the veteran. So it's understandable. A guy that brings decent production to the team, right? But I love Michael Mayer, man. Even though he's from Notre Dame and I hate Notre Dame, he's a good tight end possession guy, like a possession guy, like I said. Mark Andrews type guy. a first round tight end picked in the second round for us, a steal. Um, and yeah, I mean, you're gonna see a lot of two tight end sets, anyways, guys, or three tight end sets too. So it's understandable, right? And then you got Jesper Horston and Jacob Hollister and then Cole Fordenham. But I think Cole Fordenham will be most likely be in the practice squad, in it, if anything, or be cut. And John Samuel Shanker too. Yeah, he's getting cut. I would think the four tight ends would be Austin Hooper, Michael Mayer, Jesper Horsted, and Jacob Hollister, just like how it is. I would have Michael Mayer over Austin Hooper, but regardless, there's going to be a lot of two tight end sets. As far as the quarterback position, they have Brian Hoare over Aiden O'Connell. Reason being, Brian Hoare is the veteran. That's the reason. And then as far as the running backs right now with Josh Jacobs out, right? You got Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, Brandon Bolder, Brendan Brown, and then Sincere McCormick there, right? And then you got Jacob Johnson, right? Which is understandable. Amir Abdullah, Zamir White, I'm cool with. Brandon Bolden, I don't know why the freak he's on the team. I go lie. I don't know why he's still on the team. I think he'll get cut, but if he doesn't get cut, it's because he was an expatriate. Um, I thought OJ Howard would have been a better starter. Yeah, it kind of sucks that they released him. They could bring him back, but we'll see what happens, right? Stack him up, pack him. That's a fact, man. Hit that like button, hit that like button. Luminor sleeps with his helmet. That's a fact. What's going on? And we'll get to that right now. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. It's kind of some news, right? Then we're gonna go to the defensive side of the ball, right? You got Max Crosby, Jerry Tillery, Bilal Nichols, Chandler Jones, right? Obviously the four that I predicted as well. Then you got Robert Spillane, Devon Diablo, Luke Masterson there. Interesting. Which Luke Masterson has had a great training camp. Robert Spillane there, of course, the veteran that you just gained. And then, of course, Devon Diablo that we all said was wearing the green dot, which means he was the anchor of the defense at a certain point in training camp, um, in OTAs, I believe. And then he's been performing as well, bulking up and stuff like that, and getting fit and getting more used to the playbook and stuff like that. And then you got Nate Hobbs, Marcus Peters over there, and then you have Jacory Bennett in the back, and you have Brandon Faison behind that, but he has the injury, like I said. So it'd be most likely people like Duke Shelley and Amik Robertson. To me, the three corners would be Marcus Peters, would be Jacory Bennett, Nate Hobbs. I think that could be most likely the week one, which I'm cool with, as long as Jacory Bennett is number two and he rotates with people like David Long Jr. and Duke Shelley. I'm cool with. And then as far as the slot goes, Nate Hobbs and Amik Robertson switching, especially when it comes to the NASCAR packages and the blitzes, I think Amik Robertson should be playing for that, right? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Special teams, this is where it gets interesting, right? The kick returners, right? You got DeAndre Carter, Amir Abdullah, DJ Turner. Cool. Then you got Hunter Renfro again on the list. I'm like, why are you guys putting Hunter Renfro again? But it's DeAndre Carter in the punt return. DeAndre Carter, Hunter Renfro, Keenan Coach Sr. And if you guys haven't seen your, I don't know the total rules about the kickoffs, but I think there's gonna be a lot less kickoffs and more punt returns. So it's interesting to see Hunter Renfro there. And then Keenan Cole. Keenan Cole scares me when he. I don't know why the hell he's on that list. If you guys didn't see Keenan Cole last year, I'm pretty sure we all did. He was even scared to kick return. So I don't know what's going on there. He loves Keisha Cole. So moving on here. Michael Mayer, like you guys were talking about a little bit right here. Omar was talking about it. Don't see rookie tight end. This was today. This was today, guys. This was today. Don't see rookie tight end Michael Mayer on the field with Raiders. Second straight missed practice, including 2 days off in between, so 4 days in general. Terrence says there's a minor injury. I haven't seen anything, but if it is, hopefully it's well, it's good. Take the break, it's cool. But I like Michael Merrick, whatever you can. Hopefully it's nothing major, right? So just to give you guys an update as of today, Michael Merrick was on the field, second straight missed practice, including 2 days off, right? Shout out to Dark. Stack them up and follow us experience, man. Click on that. Click on that. I would greatly appreciate it. Then again, we get Neil Farrell back today, man. Neil Farrell from LSU, straight out of LSU. Um, off the non-football injury list, and he's practicing today. And this is as of today, y'all. Today at 10 in the morning, which is 11, 12, 1, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in Eastern time. Neil Farrell is back on the field today. That's good news. Defense. That's depth at the D tackle position, one of the most important positions in the Patrick Graham system. So overall, that was the training camp recap in general. Also, I didn't get to put that there's going to be joint practice tomorrow and Friday. Joint practice between them and then the Niners, and then we play them on Sunday. Are Raiders still allowed to pick up players from free agency before regular season starts? I believe so. I believe so. There's a lot of free agents still out there, but I believe so. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe so. Let me see. But yeah, so that's about it. As of today, if I let me check on Twitter to see if there's anything else. You feel me? Let me see. Let me see if there's anything else. Anything else. Anything else as far as updates up to right now. Um, that I could see no. That I could see no. Fantasy football's around the corner. That's interesting to see as well. Look no further. Here's SC Experience official IG. Don't miss the opportunity. I appreciate that, Dark. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate all my mods, man. Wow, he should go on vacation more often if he's going to put in work like this when he gets back. God damn, Jesse. um, but yeah, let me see. Let me see. So again, y'all. Before we end it off here, man, this is my first live back. I will be back, and mark my words, y'all. I will be back Friday, 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 Friday. We're gonna talk about the joint practice that happens tomorrow. They're gonna have joint practice with the Niners Thursday, which is tomorrow, and Friday. So we're gonna talk about joint practice, how that went on Friday. Also, Sunday we're gonna Sunday there's gonna be a post game unless it's gonna be on Monday. But we're gonna preview it also on Friday. Friday's live is gonna be preview who will most likely start in the preseason game. What are we gonna look forward to? And maybe I'll have a guest on, man. I gotta hit up certain people if they're willing to come on, and we'll talk about it. So Friday. We'll be here. We'll be here. Trust me. Like I said, there's no more cap. There's no more pretending that I'm gonna be there and then I don't end up being there. The season's here, man. So it's grind time. Grind time for sure. For sure. So Friday. I think similar time because I know Ben has his Just Win Baby podcast. I don't know who else goes live at that time. I have to. I'm starting to go back into chats. So I'm gonna see when everybody got alive, but also most likely same time Friday, as of today, and there will be a guest on. Um, so we're gonna see, right? Joint practice talk that day, and also Raider news, and then the preview for Sunday's game, and then post game on Sunday or Monday, right? No Black Saturday this Saturday for sure, for sure. Um, let me see, Terrence picks for him. Let me see if I missed anybody's comments before I head on out here. Merritt East mossing our defense too hard, so they banned him from two practices to help their confidence. I hope so. I hope that's the reason, right? Shout out to Ed Capitan again, man. Happy birthday. That's about it. Is your guest your travel agent? Nah. Michael Myers will be better than Waller when the careers are over? I think so too. I think so too. I think he has the potential too. We just gotta see. We gotta monitor what's going on right now with them. Um, but I will say Waller has potential over there with the New York Giants too. That's the main target for Daniel Jones now. But Michael Myers has a lot of potential, man, and I like his style of play. He fits well with the system, and if all things go well, he could really leave his mark on the league. But like I said, it's too early. We gotta see him on the field first. But yeah, y'all. Um, I appreciate you guys for being here, man. We had 40 plus for majority, and that's more than what I expected. I got to get back in the groove of things. Please spread the word to get more people here back and to say that SC's live, man. Again, we're back officially. Like I said, we're back. Our standards should be higher than Waller. Waller's gonna pull for chance. Are you ready to go back to school? I'm not ready and need summer to stay. Facts. I go back to school in a week and a half, so it's gonna be interesting. But I'm still gonna go live 3 times a week. I don't care, 3 to 4 times a week. Um, the season is approaching. Subscribe and hit that notification. I appreciate that, dog, and appreciate everybody, man. Like I said again, hit that like button on the way out, please, please, please. And if you have any questions or anything, please say them after, in the comment section below. Just like Jimmy Takar. Um, like I said, that was all the training camp latest updates and recap and what we needed to expect. There's a lot of things in the work right now, as far as that goes, like new intro possibly soon, new logo maybe, who knows. So we're gonna display that soon. Display it soon. And if you guys haven't yet, go to the Discord to get all updates and stuff like that, and just to interact with other people and go support other content creators. And also, if you haven't became a member, like I said, you don't have to, but the membership is right there. It would be greatly appreciated. And I appreciate everybody that either became a member or super chatted to the Jack Kenna, uh, Dark, and Space Beast. I appreciate you guys so much, man, for the support, of course. And we back, like I said, consistent. Um, is anybody live right now that I could send you guys to? Is anybody live? That I could look at? No. So yeah. Shout out to everybody though. Shout out to Eagles Uncensored. Shout out to my brother, man. It's been a long time, AK. Hopefully we could get on a panel once, man. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, man. Blessings to you and your family. Hope all is well. Uh, join the Discord. Eric will eventually join the VC one of these. God damn. Facts, huh? Facts, facts, facts. Let me see. Let me see. But yeah, join the Discord, become a member, stuff like that. Terrence is live. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, and also. Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Stack them up. We're on the road to 2K. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram right there, SC__ experience. And you guys don't have to donate to my Cash App at all. I just have it there in case you guys want to donate directly. Um, help with my school or help with everything to do with the channel, man. You guys don't have to. Like I said again, I'm not begging for anything. But there's that as well. And also remember, aside from my will to win, my commitment to excellence, the fire that burns brightest in me is the great love and enthusiasm that I have and have for the game of football. Rest in peace, Al Davis. But that was Al Davis' words there, man. It's all about just win, baby. You already know, yes, sir. Down to collab, brother. Just let me know. I will. I will. I'll hit you up probably right after this, and we'll create something, man. Um, no rush press. He made everyone else wait. God damn. Damn, y'all on me, man. Eric, you came back from vacation looking like an adult, or maybe it's just because you are not wearing a hat. But I appreciate you guys. Go click all the links. Instagram. I'm gonna start getting Twitter going. Um, also, I need to get the link tree sent to my mods so they can post it. Membership stuff like that. Everything to do Discord. And I'll greatly appreciate all the love and support on the way out. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Again, blessings to you guys and your families, and hope all goes well. We back and better than ever. See y'all week 13. Now, see y'all Friday. See y'all Friday. Friday, same time, similar time, Friday. We're gonna talk about joint practice. We're gonna talk about preview. And on that note, y'all, blessings to you guys and your families. Remember, tough time never lasts, but tough people do, and you guys are also tough people. And like I said, it's always mind over matter. And I will see you guys on Friday. Friday in 2 days. Friday. This was the SC Experience, aka your boy Eric, man. And I am out. Have a blessed one, y'all. Have a blessed afternoon and night for the people on the East Coast. Shout out to you guys, man. You guys are the bro MVPs. Peace out.